Hey everyone, welcome to the demonstration of DeposETH Protocol. In this video, we will see the business pitch deck and also the working of the platform. So what is DeposETH Protocol? We make rental deposit productive, safe and transparent. Deposits for renting real estate properties today are basically interest-free loans to landlords. Tenant lock up to 2 to 10 months of rent, get zero return and usually struggle to get it back. The money disappears without transparency. Deposit protocol flips that system. If deposits are going to be locked anyway, they should earn yield, stay trustless, and be auto refunded. The problem is you are not renting a property, you are giving an interest free loan to your landlord. The twist here is last slide was just the narrative. The real move of deposit protocol is unlocking millions of dollars of idle rental deposits to on-chain economy. This is huge. Why on-chain? Because rent deposit shouldn't sit idle, they should be making money. Real world cash flow is flowing straight into the yield protocols, fully transparent and trust-led. It's not just an escrow, it's a reusable yield engine for any other payment systems. And the best part, we are boosting the on-chain activity without touching the speculation. It's a win-win-win situation for everyone, for tenants, for landlords, for chain ecosystem, and for us. Now, what is the benefit for our user? What is the value proposition for our users? If you see, for tenants, they don't need to deposit to landlords anymore. They're logged on chain, fully transparent, and earning yield while tenants live in their apartments or any rental properties. For landlords, the value proposition is that they get guaranteed interest without lifting a finger. The process starts the moment the tenant deposits the money, and when it's time to move out of tenant, like no more chasing refunds or waiting for weeks. It's fast, fair, and automatic, so no hassle for landlord and tenant also. So let's see how the platform works. So this is the landing page of the platform. You get started, the wallet is already connected. You choose your if you want to be a landlord or a tenant. You click it. Right now we have a past agreement. Our role is landlord right now. Here you can see the stats of yield generated and active, pending, and settle agreements. So let's create a new agreement. We have successfully created our agreement. We have this residence sky room and it's pending. Okay, the tenant hasn't signed and deposited it. So let's go back to our tenant account and change the role to tenant, and we can see this agreement is appearing. So let's deposit. At this moment, the tenant signed the approval of the transfer of USDC from his account to escrow account, and from there it goes to Aave to supply the USDC and earn yield on it. And the LSTs of Aave, that's AUSDC, will be stored in escrow contract. So we are successfully deposited in it. Let's see the transactions on Explorer by adding the tenant address and see the transactions. If you see the transaction from here, from tenant address to our escrow contract specific agreement, 20 USDC coin went, and from that escrow to Aave it went 20 USDC, and from Aave's LST we received 20 AUSDC or A Arbitrum USDC to our escrow contract, which will be stored in that until the end of the agreement. So the time's up. It's time to settle the agreement. Done. The agreement is settled for our this one, and all the amounts are sent back. At this moment, yield is not generated because the time was very less. First, the landlord creates an agreement through factory contract, which launches a specific escrow contract for that agreement, where the tenant signs and deposits the USDC mentioned in the contract, which is then supplied to yield protocol like Aave, and the escrow receive the LSD tokens, and that's the process of the contract agreement creation. At the end of the agreement, what happens is the landlord settles the agreement where 40% of the yield earned goes to landlord, 40% of the yield along with the principal amount is returned back to tenant, and 20% yield is given to platform fees. That's the technical flow of the platform. It's the market is very huge right now. That is around 30 million renters are there in our just launch countries. We are planning to launch in India, Argentina, Brazil, and Nigeria. And the deposits that have been paid to landlords by tenants is nearly $10 billion, which are useless or earning very little interest or like that. Let's discuss go-to-market strategy. The first rollout targets India, where rental deposits range from 2 to 10 months upfront with no interest and no legal protection. The second phase expands to Brazil, Argentina, and Nigeria, where there is a high inflation market with weak enforcement and massive rental demand. Growth is powered by co-living platforms, PropTech apps, fintech wallets, and tenant-led onboarding. Tenants don't just use deposit, they bring their landlords onto it. Now let's see the roadmap. The MVP and pilot come first, then dashboard for tenants and landlords, escrow APIs for PropTech partners, and support for other stable coins and cryptos. Future layers include automated dispute resolution, tokenized escrow receipts, and insurance-backed protection. So this is our team. We have two members in the team, and we have great experience in building projects and working with ventures and making projects into market fit products. So if deposits are logged anyway, they shouldn't sit idle. They should earn, protect users, and move trustlessly. That's what deposit protocol does on chain escrow that actually works for people. And the final point is, want to fix a $30 billion problem? Let's talk.